Mindful Life Practice community.
All right, let's come into a seated position. I did not share the music, did I? There we go. All right, perfect. So you can come to sit on your block or on a pillow or whatever works for you. And then flip the palms face up for an intention of openness, or maybe you flip them face down for an intention of groundedness. And then take deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe in and out, see if you can fill your lungs, see if you can fill your navel, see if you can fill your whole body with air. And then exhale to empty out and release. Breathing in, filling and filling and filling. Exhaling, emptying. And as you breathe in and as you breathe out, use your connection to the breath as a doorway into the present moment. And then just set an intention for what you want to get out of this practice, whether it's to let go, whether it's to find what feels good, whether it's to just have a moment of stillness, a moment for you. Taking another breath. And we're going to do a little bit of movement with our breath. So taking an inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. And then just take an exhale, land your right palm, reach your left arm over to the right. Take an inhale, come all the way up. And then land your left palm and reach your right palm over to the left. Take a breath in, lift the arms all the way up. And then rotate, land your left palm on the right knee, gaze over the right shoulder. And then take your arms all the way up. And then we'll rotate the opposite way, landing your left palm, landing your right And good. And then lift your arms all the way up. And then we'll just take the palms into the heart center. We're going to warm up our body a little bit. So you're going to land your palms and then just circle around the hips. So this is called, I learned that this is called Sufi grinds. And I learned this from Matt, actually. He called this Sufi grinds in his practice teaching the other night. And I thought he was making up a name. I thought he was, we'll circle the other way. I thought he said soupy grinds. I was imagining like stirring the soup pot. And I was like, that's really funny. I do that too. I make up random names for yoga poses when I don't know them. And he said, no, that's the actual name. And he Googled it. So I'll never forget it now. This is called Sufi grinds. And then eventually you're going to land all the way into stillness. We're going to drop into our first pose. So we're going to kind of dual the hips and the shoulders at the same time. So the first one we're going to come into with the legs, it's going to be fire log pose. So I want to give you a couple of options. If your hips are quite tight, you could just cross your right ankle on top of your left, just like this. This is one option, leaving your left foot. And then if you do want to come into the full fire log, you're just going to pull your left shin across. So basically you almost want the shins stacking upon each other. And you can, if your knee is like quite high up in the air, you could pad it with like a block or pillow or whatever. And then we're going to stretch through our shoulders. So we're going to drop our right earlobe down towards our right shoulder and then land our right palm on the side of the skull. And I have this poem, which Jules will be hearing for the third time in the past 24 hours, but I really love it. This is one of these things that I screenshotted off of Instagram years ago. I don't know the source, but it wasn't me that wrote it. It will be all right in the end and maybe even in the middle. You will not suffer as you think you will. You are not fated to be unhappy. You are not destined for failure. Remember who you are. Let me say it again. Remember who you are. Be gentle. Practice exquisite acts of self-care. You don't have to be as strong as you think you do. You don't have to be wise and certain about your path. Take another breath. And then we're going to lift all the way up through the head. And then we're just going to switch it up. So you can uncross the legs. We're not going to stay as long as we did last night. Wiggle back and forth. And then we'll go the opposite way. So you might cross the right foot, your left foot, and stay like this. Or you might pull the shin across the width of the mat, maybe supporting your knee if you need to. And then we'll drop the left earlobe this time and land the left palm on the side of the skull. You don't have to be wise and certain about your path. Your frailty is beautiful and your innocence too. Getting lost is another exercise in navigation. You can't fix everything you touch. You won't break everything you touch. Don't apologize if you're tired. Don't second guess your stomach. Maintain eye contact with everything, especially yourself. Fall to your knees at least once a day. Say yes at least twice. Love daringly, wholly, unapologetically. Believe in magic, befriend your fear. Look up and listen. The birds will tell you everything you need to know about flight. Forgive yourself for your great sadness. Unlock what hurts. Make a prayer for loss. Unpen your words. Get messier than anyone thinks you should. You'll know when you're ready. I'll say it again. You'll know when you're ready. Take about 5 more breaths in this pose. And then take your head all the way up. And then we'll just uncross the legs and then rock the knees from side to side. Okay, so we have another hip opening pose coming up. And for this one, you're going to extend through your left leg. And then bring your right knee this time to stack on top of your left knee. And then you can either stay like this or send your left foot back. Generally, you want the knees to be stacking and your edges of your feet to be connecting with the side of the mat, or the side of the mat, the front of the mat, top of the mat. You know what I mean? Let's take our arms up. And then we're gonna plant our right palm on the left shoulder. And then either have your left palm on the elbow, or maybe weave the arm around and see if you can make a connection, gripping the palms together. So this is called cow face pose. Just settle your gaze on one thing. Trying to focus on the breath, knowing we're not going to be here forever, just about another minute. The very first subject of meditation that the Buddha ever identified was meditation on the in and the out breath. When we concentrate on the breath, we draw our scattered energy to one focus point. And just take one more breath. And then release and unwind your grip. And then we'll uncross the legs, landing the feet. And then just rock the knees from side to side. And then we'll come the opposite way. So your right leg is extended, left knee on top. I cannot even keep track of my rights and lefts. Yeah, I think it's your right leg extended, your left knee on top. Feels like I did that one before. Left leg extended, right knee on top. You guys know which one we did before? Jules is putting up her right foot. Right was extended first? Okay, cool. All right, and then it will be your left palm up, right arm under. Other way around, right arm up, left arm under. That's what Jules is here for. No, other way. Left arm up, right arm under. And if that doesn't work, you can grip hair, you can grip your shirt, you can just have your hand on your elbow, or you might weave the arms around. So our mindfulness practice, it's a practice of non-controlling. We try to control so much in our lives. Here we can see if we can just let the breath be. See if we can observe it without trying to fix or interfere. Mindfulness is this attitude we can adopt when we let go of the motivation to control the present moment. We'll stay here for just about a minute longer. You can do it. Okay, give another inhale. Give another exhale. And then just unwind at the arms. Lift up, unwind at the legs. Just rock from side to side. And then we're going to come into a position on our knees. One more thing, with our toes tucked. And if this is a lot for your feet, we don't often stretch the soles of the feet. So if this feels like a lot, you can always just come back here or take another seated shape. All right. If you're okay with the toes tucked, we're going to stay there and then open our arms. And then wrap the right arm underneath the left and either high five the hands or just grip opposite shoulders. This is our eagle arm twist. Take about 5 more breaths. Know that the discomfort will pass. The pose will pass. We're not going to be here forever. Taking special care to remember which arm I have under and above so I won't mess it up this time. Give it about 3 more breaths. And then unwind at the arms, come forward, and then just pedal it out. And then we will take it the opposite way. So we're gonna sit back. And if that's a lot, maybe don't keep the toes tucked this time. Feels like a lot already for me. So I'm just gonna sit back like this. And then open our arms. And this time it's going to be your left arm underneath your right, and maybe high five the hands together. Settle your gaze. Take about 5 more breaths. we'll just unwind the arms. Shake it out or wiggle it out. And then if you want to, I'm going to invite you to just do a little stretch through the fronts of your ankles by lifting your knees up, shifting back, taking a few deep breaths. Just come all the way back and then lift all the way up. We'll just do 2 more poses. So the first is going to be a really just classic dangle, gripping opposite elbows, letting your head drop. Bend the knees and let your blood flow to the brain. We've done a lot of different shoulder openings. And so now can just be an opportunity for the weight of the world to kind of roll off your shoulder blades. And just let go. Just take another round of breath or 2. And then just slowly roll your body all the way up to stand. Head is going to come up to balance last. And just take another round of breath in neutral. We'll finish with one last little pose before a Shavasana. So we're going to come all the way down. And then I'm going to give you an option here. You can either just lift your legs all the way up if you're in the middle of the room and you don't have anything to support yourself with. And if you do have a wall, you're just going to snuggle your hips alongside the wall and lift the legs up. your back body be heavy, letting your head be heavy. This pose is called Viparita Karani. Legs up the wall. And I often describe this as like the dessert of yoga poses. A nice little ending. And then just decide if you want to stay here, stay here. And if you want to stretch out into your traditional Shavasana, you can do that as well. You could come up to a seated shape. There's so many options. Just choose a pose that's going to support you into rest and stillness. And know that I'm going to bring you back when the time is up. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these sunken eyes and learn to see. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly. Blackbird fly into the light of the dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All your life, you were only waiting for this moment to arrive. Just give your fingers and your toes a little wake up wiggle. Nice big stretch through the body. Curling the knees into the chest, giving your body a sweet little hug. And then just gently make your way up to cross-legged shape with your palms at your heart center. Closing with the intention that our practice remains steady and our efforts remain continuous, and that our yoga serves and benefits all beings everywhere. May all beings be safe and happy and healthy and free. And may the thoughts and actions of each of our lives contribute towards this. So we'll finish with an Om, and we'll inhale and exhale, and then we'll inhale through to make the Om. So taking a big breath in, and then a big breath out. Big breath in. Thank you both so much for joining me, for sharing the space and the practice. The light in me, it sees and it honors the light in you. Namaste.